All right, welcome to the video. In this video, we are going to learn how to use LM Studio. And we're going to build a simple to-do application. And LM Studio is a platform that allows you to download large language models to be able to use them locally on your machine. So it runs local large language models, LLMs, on your laptop entirely offline. So, and it has a lot of different features. If you go to their website, lmstudio.ai, you can find out more about that. You can download it for your Apple, Mac, or Linux. So just choose the appropriate button here. And to download an actual LLM, so to download a model, one of the places we can go is Hugging Face, and you'll see they have, if we clear this out, we've got over 1 million models to choose from. So this is one of the options. Now, if you are on a Mac, you can go, the newest version of LM Studio, the 034, ships with Apple MLX. So it's using the MLX engine, and it's going to be much faster, specifically for MLX optimized models. So if we go over to the Hugging Face again, and we go to the MLX community, and all of these links will be in the description. We can scroll down to their models here, and we see they have 962 models already optimized for MLX. So this is awesome. So let's go ahead and get started by going to the LM Studio. Now, the first thing, of course, we're going to need to do is get a model. So we can, of course, download them from Hugging Face, but we're going to go over here to this Discover, and we're going to click on this icon. And we see right here we have two tabs. We have the staff picks. So these are models that they have found to work best with LM Studio, and they've listed them here. So that's great. And then, of course, you can search all the models in Hugging Face by going to this tab. So I'm on a Mac, so obviously I want to filter by MLX because I am wanting the fastest way I can get this done. And I do see that I have this DeepSeek coder. So here's a coding model that's a model that's specifically really optimized for coding. Now this is a massive this is a massive model. So it's got 16 billion parameters. It is over 8 gigabytes, and it is extremely slow. So you'll see on a regular computer that isn't really optimized for these models, it's going to be painfully slow. With the MLX being this, it does have an MLX, and this is an M1 Mac. It's still slow, but it is tolerable. So we'll go ahead and use this to create it. And if you click on a model that you don't have, it'll say download over here. But when you do click on these models, it gives you the information on these. So you can see this is a staff pick, and it kind of gives you the description of it. And then this is an 8 billion parameter, so it's much smaller. It works. It's still kind of big, but that's much better for a local machine. So we'll go ahead and close this out. If you choose your model and go ahead and click download, you can choose a smaller model like a 3 billion parameter. Those are going to work much better on smaller if your computer is not very powerful or not optimized. So we'll go ahead and just close this right now. Then we're going to go up here to select model, and we're going to go ahead and select the DeepSeek coder. We'll let it load up. It'll take it a minute here. Okay, so now that that's done, I'm just going to paste in a prompt here. Please provide a step-by-step tutorial on how to create a to-do application using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And we're going to go ahead and click send. And this is, it's processing right now. So it says assistant. And you can see the loader icon that's just spinning. So this will take a minute. Again, this is a massive large language model. So on a system that's not super powerful, but it'll still work. It's just going to take it time. So now it's saying creating. And it should catch up. The memory should catch up any minute now, hopefully. Now, we'll say that the recording of this, so I think maybe the using the video recorder is taking up a lot of memory, that it's slowing this down. This is usually a lot faster than this. So we'll see what happens. Okay, here we go. So you can see that it started off very slow, loading everything in the memory and getting this processed. But now it's going pretty fast. Now, if you're on a smaller, if I was using a smaller large language model, it would have been even faster than this. So um, let's go ahead and look and see what it's done. So it says creating a simple to do application is a great way to practice HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Below, I'll guide you through the step-by-step process of building a basic to do application step by step. First step is to setting up the HTML structure. So first, create an HTML file, and we'll do that. So HTML file, that's going to be index.html. This file will contain the structure of your to-do list application, including the input fields and the container to display the task. And then next we'll be doing the styling here. So let's go ahead and start, and we'll copy this code right here. Let's go over to a folder. In fact, let's just go here and we'll go ahead and make this. Okay, that was previous for me testing. Let's just go ahead and do it this way. We'll create a folder by right clicking here, and we'll just name it to do, and then we're going to open it up in Visual Studio Code, VS Code. Okay. Now, if you don't know how to add these buttons in your Windows or your Mac Finder here, I do have a previous tutorial on how to do this. So let's go ahead, and we are in Visual Studio. Let's go over to the Explorer window. We're going to click the new file icon, and then we'll just title it index.html. We're going to paste our code here. Okay, and we know that we're going to need a styles.css and a script.js. So let's just go ahead and get those created. So we'll go back over to Explorer, add new, and style.css. We'll go back over here. We'll just get the scripts, and we'll go ahead and do add new. Perfect. All right, we'll start with style.css, and we'll scroll down, and here's our CSS. Let's go ahead and copy this, and we'll go back over to Visual Studio Code. Why is it not going there? Interesting. Okay. There we go. We'll paste that and save it. And we'll go back to the ML Studio, or LM Studio. And we need our script here. So we'll go ahead and copy that. Oh, that's not a lot. We'll see what it does. Okay. So, whoops. Let's go ahead and go back to VS Code. Let's look and see. Paste this. Okay. We'll go through that code in a minute. Let's see. So testing your to-do list. Open the HTML file in the browser. Test your to-do application. You should be able to add tasks by typing into the input field and clicking add. Each task added will have a delete button next to it. Okay, so bonus adding function beyond the basics. Okay, you can enhance the to-do list by allowing tasks to be marked as complete, editing existing tasks, or storing tasks in local storage so they persist even when the page is reloaded. Here's a brief outline of how this could be implemented. You could implement these features, making the task complete, editing the task, local storage. Implementing these features would require modifying both your HTML, including checkboxes or editable elements, in both your CSS styles. new element appropriately, and updating the JavaScript to handle the interaction with these new HTML elements. I hope this guide helps you create the functional to-do list application using the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Let's go ahead and test this out right now. So it's interesting that it wants to be on top. We'll go ahead and open this up in our browser, and we'll just see what happens to create a to-do. So we'll go first to-do. Okay, the enter doesn't work. I don't like that. Let's go ahead and click add. That worked. So, and it's not clearing this out. So, second, click to do. And this looks horrible. So let's close that. So so the delete is removing it. I don't like the fact that it's not clearing this out. And I don't like the way it looks. Let's go back here and say, let's say, just ask it to please implement the suggested features. So please add the suggested features to the code. Actually, this isn't going to add it. So let's say, please provide the suggested features to improve our application. And let's see what this does. I'm just going to pause the video while this is doing this. So. Okay, so it's generating the code now. Let's go back up. That's the JavaScript. Here's the HTML. So we're going to go ahead and copy the HTML. We're going to go over to our HTML in this file. Let's do select all, and then I'm going to delete that and paste in the new code and save it. And then we'll do our CSS. We'll go back over here. CSS, select all. I like to select all, delete, and then paste. And the reason I do that is because when I undo something, I know when I've gone back to the previous actual code. So, anyway. So let's go down to our JavaScript. Let's see if that's completed. It is completed. So obviously we have a lot more JavaScript. So hopefully this is going to function a lot better. Let's go back to our script. Select all, paste that in there, save it. And let's go ahead and go back to our to-do list. I'm just going to do a refresh here. And we got local storage. And this is from a previous tutorial. I'm going to go ahead and put first to do. Click add. Okay, so now, wow, we've really got some updates here. So let's go ahead and do second to do. Excellent. So if we check this box, we're striking through, so that's good. It's being completed. It's not storing locally. Still, local storage isn't working. But interesting, we can edit it. Wow, in a alert form. So let's we'll just do that. Yeah, it's working. So, and we can delete it. So good. That's great. This is a good starting point. The thing about working with these is all about prompts. So you have to really continually work with the prompt that you're working with. You may have to, if you don't like the result you get with the prompt, and I did not like the result I got with the prompt when I paused it, so I did update the prompt. This was the first prompt, and I went ahead and added, please provide the complete code for each file to complete this task. It was missing code, and when it went with just that one prompt. So wording the prompt correctly makes all the difference. And so this was the step 4 of testing the application, and it seems to work great. In the next video, we are going to look more into this LM Studio. We're going to look at how to basically use LM Studio to train it off of your own documentations here locally, so you can add your own documentations and we'll be integrating this with what's the application? I think it's called Anyway LLM. Um, but I'll go ahead and do that in the next tutorial. Hope this has been helpful. Thank you very much and have a great day.